Jeez, it's going off. Yeah. Jeez, what a tune. My sons, my sisters, my fellow fraud members, certified Donnies, raised our espresso emojis. Let's get down to business. You are joining me on a momentous evening, my friends. This is a big one. This is going to be a late night fraudulencia that you will never forget. Yes, indeed, my friends. Welcome back to another video. You're now watching the greatest late night show on the internet, coming to you live all the way from the Fraud Gang headquarters as Arsenal Football Club polish off the points at the Emirates in a resounding 3-0 win against Steve Bruce's Baconators. Yes, indeed, my fraudulent friends. What a night it was. A beautiful evening, and what better way to celebrate those beautiful scenes of glorious emotion than to join me for the nation's favourite football phone-in. We're going a step further tonight. My fellow frauds, these are, of course, turbulent times, so we will first start by saying I hope you are all looking after each other. We're all we've got, people. Yeah? If you're not looking after those closest to you, and what chance have we got of really changing the world, eh? Anyway, I hope you are all doing well. I know this is a difficult time for many, so tonight we are here to offer that little bit of escapism. The football escapism. Football slash food slash thought. Food for thought escapism, if you will. And of course, we will be going through the latest breaking news for that ass and seeing exactly what has been going on over the last 24 to 48 hours. We have been missing for a minute. I've been working hard on a little podcast. If you haven't checked that out already, links are in the description box below. But this is, of course, your big opportunity to discuss the biggest games of them all with your favourite YouTuber's favourite football YouTuber. I see you! I really do. Analytics. How are you all doing then? Gang in the building. Where's all my certified Donnies? Yes indeed, some regular faces in the building, and of course there is plenty to be talking about. The Premier League is alive and kicking. The hype really is real. Who is actually going to win this Premier League tonight? We will be getting into it all. First things first, much love to the newest members of the Fraud Gang Members Club, Flatbush Zombie. Jeez, what a group, incredible. Are you a fan of the zombies? Incredible scenes. Flatbush, what area? Incredible. Much love to Flatbush Zombies for getting involved and joining the Fraud Gang Members Club. It is a truly global gang. Let me know where you're watching from as well tonight. We will do some shout outs before we start. Of course, George Topazoglu is in the building. Pat Kelpie is in the building. He says, "Where's your hair gone?" Is here. It's just, oh, what have I done? I've done that now. It's there. It's there. Look. Oh. I'm getting some comments saying trim deader than the first half. Wow, that's really dead. Jeez. There's no need to do me like that. Listen, mates. You see, a lot of people in your life are going to be, exterior dons, yeah? Materialistic dons. They are going to be the facias of life. Yeah, let me tell you something, they're all massive fucking frauds, huh? What you get with me is me, yeah? The realest of the real, okay? Breaking it down for that ass at what not o'clock in the morning. Actually, we're doing it a bit earlier tonight because I know the UK lads want to get involved. Now's your chance, okay? We have got Egypt in the building. We have got Tier 5 in the building. DJ is watching from Tier 5. We have got South Africa in the building. We have got Reading, Copenhagen, Jamaica in the building, London, Canada, and so many other places. It is immense to see so many of you in the building. Much love to everyone who has joined us. You're all massive, massive frauds. Raise your espresso emojis. I haven't actually got any espresso. I've run out of coffee, so this is pure raw, unfiltered energy which will eventually die out. But we are tonight on a journey. Yeah, we're going deep inside, deeper than we've ever gone before, my fraudulent friends. Don't forget, if you do want to get involved, we have got the phone in that will be coming later on in the show, okay? And we'll be on for as long as you want. 1,000 gets you an hour, 2,000 gets you 2 hours. Exercise those freeloading fraudulent thumbs.
It's time to go!
It is indeed. It is the late night phone in for the true baller. It is the late night phone in for the real football fan. Yeah, where are you? Show yourselves. Get in the Discord. United fans, is this actually a year? 21 in 21. Top of the league and flying. You got to be over the moon at that. I need to talk to some United fans tonight. Let me know where exactly your thoughts are. Arsenal fans, are you still Arteta out? 5 wins out of 6. I want to hear some humble pie. 5 clean sheets in a row, something that's not been done for many a year. We will be talking about the Arsenal game in depth very shortly. Don't you worry, your little selves. Maybe you're a Manchester City fan. You've been impressed with the likes of John Stones, who's looking like he could be in the conversation for best centre-backs in the league right now. Diaz, certainly up there. Whichever club you support, wherever you're watching from, this is your chance to get your voice heard. Join the call, queue, and get involved. The Discord links are in the description box below, and someone will guide you if you are new. Don't forget, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen, and let's step inside. Oh, yeah. Okay. Arsenal 3, Newcastle United 0. Oh, well. Beautiful scenes. You love to see it. My club actually scoring goals. I'm going to start by talking about Newcastle United. You know, I have waxed lyrical many a time on this channel. If you're new, you may not know. So I will repeat for you. I used to be in love with this side. They were entertainment personified. If you wanted swashbuckling football, end-to-end stuff and goals galore, Newcastle weren't a bad shout. However, you know, we're talking a long time ago, and I'm kind of showing my age by exposing that. Those days are long gone, and what you're now seeing is one of the worst Newcastle United sides I've ever seen in my life now. I really am seeing the truth. Steve Bruce is sitting in the fire, which, there we go, the roaring fire. He's sitting in the fire and just pretending that everything's fine. Now, I just want to talk to you tactically about what was going on tonight a little bit more in detail, because there is this idea from at least the lineup tonight that Steve Bruce attacked the game a little bit more, that he was a little bit more expansive by playing a 4-4-2. Wilson and Andy Carroll, the focal points up top. Let's just switch over here for a second and have a look at the sides. Wilson, Carroll, and the 2 banks of 4. The fire. What's going on with the fire, mate? This is fraudulent fire. It's late night fraudulence, and we... There we go. The fire is roaring. Can we roar away and just keep roaring? That would be fantastic. There we go. Beautiful. Lovely. Keep going. I'm watching you, mate. You're on Fraud Watch. 4-4-2 with 2 focal points up top. 2 potential headers of the ball. Andy Carroll especially, someone that you would like to be whipping crosses into, because he certainly would have a chance against the likes of David Luiz. What are we doing here then, Steve? Well, obviously we're not really... I mean, look, Joe Linton is on the left wing. Joe Linton. Big old tree trunk legs Joe Linton on the left wing. Agility 4 on FIFA, yeah? 4. Turning is just not happening. I'm not really sure what the thinking is behind that. He's just another body in there. And he's certainly not going to be able to cross it in adequately to either of these two. Almiron, or Almiron, as the MLS commentators call him. He got cut in on his left-hand side, doesn't he? Left-footed, beyond belief, no right foot. And he is an incredibly frustrating player, because what you see there is potential. He's got actual talent. You can see that there's quality in this guy's fingers and feet, but unfortunately, I don't know whether it's his brain, decision-making, or just like luck, or whatever it is, you're not actually getting much out of him, and it's all kind of for show. So, yeah. Having two up front is completely pointless. That's my point. And ultimately, I am shocked that this Newcastle side are where they are in the table. That is actually quite an achievement. So all the people that are saying Steve Bruce out, well, actually, I hate to say it, mate, but this is a terrible football side. It's terrible. It's actually awful. They should be relegated. And I would not be surprised if, even though they have... How many points do they have? They have 19 points and are 7 points ahead of Fulham, who do have that game in hand and have only lost once in 5 there. That would be, what, 7? That's 4 points behind. Yeah, I think they might still go down. They're actually woeful. And it is for that reason that we must take this result with a massive pinch of salt. Because unfortunately, what you have in Steve Bruce is sort of, he is the bacon sandwich of Premier League managers, okay? He is the bacon sandwich of Premier League managers. And I mean no disrespect by that. He's entitled to love bacon. And I know that that is kind of a meme, but I like bacon. It's all right. It's decent. It's off. It will, you know, kind of look okay when you order it. It looks all right. And that is what this side looks. It looks all right. But ultimately, it goes cold very quickly. You know? It's full of fatty substances that aren't going to do anything but clog up your arteries. And at the end of the day, it will end up killing you. So, yeah, Steve Bruce, Newcastle, they're all, it's just a bacon sandwich of the Premier League right now. It's going to end messily. But for Arsenal, it was a massive opportunity to take advantage of that fraudulence. There is no excuse for not beating this Newcastle side. And the first half had me worried, I can't lie. Shocking, wasn't it, really? Really left wanting. Whatever they had for half-time drinks was sensational. We need to pump them full of it. Yeah. Smith Rowe and Saka coming alive. Aubameyang actually scoring goals. And honestly, even defensively, Arsenal really were never really under threat, but holding Cedric, so many positives to talk about before we even get to the midfield. We will go through them man for man because there are plenty of positives, and for Arsenal fans it's been a while since we've been able to talk, you know, with this kind of vibe. So I'm going to settle down. I hope you've got your popcorn out. All right, we're going to go through man for man. I'm going to start with this kid here, Emile Smith Rowe, 3 assists, the most assists for an Arsenal player this season, even though he's only played 5 games, and he looks like a player. I'm not going to say that Arsenal don't need an attacking midfielder. I wouldn't dare do that. Right? I think that would be daft. I think additions like Thomas Partey visibly changed the side, and he himself was magnificent today. We're going to get onto him, but for Smith Rowe, the combination and understanding with Bukayo Saka, the role that he's clearly been given, which was definitely move around, like go and do your thing. If you need to be on the right, there's space there, move there, go where the ball. He came deep. He's patient. He's smart. He looks to attack all the time, and he's capable of seeing between the lines. And today, that little run down the left-hand side, I think he was set free by Aubameyang. He's gone inside his man, he's gone outside his man, he's cut back for Bukayo Saka, and he's tucked it home. And in all honesty, he looks mature beyond his years, and a serious talent that Arsenal need to do their absolute best to wrap in cotton wool until they do have another player. I worry that this side are actually an injury or two away from being in serious trouble again. But for Aubameyang, we've got to talk about this. I don't want to dwell on the negatives, and in fact, I won't dwell on the negatives. But in all honesty, there was a moment in time during the game where I had jumped off my kind of love of the guy, because I do love the guy. I wanted this guy for 6 years before we signed him. To finally have a player like that, a goal poacher like that, with the movement and record that he's got, is sensational. When you're missing chances like this, and I've had people in my WhatsApp for the last fucking 4 or 5 months telling me that you're finished, I nearly jumped off. I was so close to jumping off. I just couldn't believe it. The only thing was, if you watch the replay closely, there is a deflection late on that kind of takes the ball an inch or two away from where he would have initially been aiming, and it hits kind of the bottom of his ankle. But that was almost inside the goal, bro. And it was an absolute relief of the highest order when he actually did get his goal, the first of the two anyhow. I don't think that he deserved man of the match, which he was given, but, you know, I can understand why he was given it. Regardless, it's a massive boost for Aubameyang because, make no mistake, as a goal scorer, he is just going to be obsessed by this, thinking about it day and night, knowing that not only has he signed this massive contract, but also that there is a huge responsibility on his shoulders as captain, knowing that there are kids like Martinelli who are knocking at that door and people are seriously saying, leave him on the bench. Leave our golden boot winner on the bench. Now, we've got to think properly here. Okay? We need Aubameyang to be firing all cylinders. And even though, if you're a footballing don, if you're a real football don, you know that he actually totally sliced this goal that we're looking at here, this picture. Totally sliced it. It went in a completely opposite direction to where he was aiming. I'm almost certain of that. It doesn't matter. Goal's a goal's a goal. Okay? It says Aubameyang on it, and when we look back, it's going to have that on the record. He's now got X amount of goals. Lovely jubbly. We move. He needed that, though. And Arsenal had a lovely foundation to work off today as well, really. You know, he's sitting comfortably, smiling there, loving life. Apparently he's got a bit of a stomach bug as well, but what made his life a lot easier today was the midfield and the unit, the combination play, the ball progression of Thomas Partey and also Granit Xhaka, who does deserve a little bit more credit than he's getting. He's been putting in consistent performances for a little while now, Xhaka. And his passing is so useful. But today we saw really, he's like a new signing, isn't he? He really is a top-class midfielder, Thomas. My issue is I don't want to go overboard because it's very easy to play football when you have time and space. Right? And like I said before, this Newcastle side are so bad. If you are going to basically judge this club's prospects off this 90 minutes, it may well be slightly misguided. But for what it's worth, the opposition that was put in front of us today, we have absolutely pasted in that second half. And Partey and Xhaka are a huge part of why it looked so easy. He's very, very good on the ball. He's very quick to see the danger. His passing is absolutely brilliant. And having the left-footed angles of Granit Xhaka and the right-footed angles of Partey that is potentially the balance that you're looking for. I want to know your thoughts anyway. Is it, not to be, written off this, there's some promising signs there, right? Or are we actually seeing in this run of form an Arsenal side who are looking like they are on the way up, top half of the table for the time being, even though Villa, I think, have got, 4 games in hand? Villa have got 4 games in hand. Wow, they could actually go, let's have a look. Oh, they could go, could they go top of the league? I think Villa could go top of the league if they win all their games. Yes. However, I don't want to jump overboard as well. I don't want to go overboard. Look at this heat map for Partey. Switch on with me here. And you can see the focal points. And this is where you want him, really, up here. Playing these passes in and around here. And the link-up play between him and a man who we're going to move on to next, I was really impressed with. So much so that it's actually, I feel like a little bit reinvigorated with this club right now, because this is a chance for a fresh start. It really is. There is a chance for us to see the light over the horizon. Partey doing his thing in the middle, Smith Rowe in and around that final third, working with Saka, who is absolutely incredible. I'm sorry to say this, lads. Saka is one of the most talented under 21s in world football. His composure, his decision making, the ability to go back onto both left and right, his crossing. I mean, no, not the free kicks. Let's talk about the corners for a second. Hang on, I've got to put something on Fraud Watch. Huh? Arsenal corners. Who's doing this? Who's decided that we are going to do left-footed from the left-hand side? That's not how it works, lads. Think. Come on. The corners are awful. Apart from that, I'm licking my lips at the prospect, because 5 clean sheets in a row is something Arsenal haven't done for, 11, 12 years or something like that. I like this little tweet here. I thought I'd bring some attention to it. ESPN FC are frauds, though, so we'll just... there you go. A reminder that Unai Emery handed Arsenal debuts to Bukayo Saka, Martinelli and Smith Rowe. Senor, we do mock this man a lot, but he did give opportunities to these youngsters, and for that, at least, we've got to be grateful, because right now, this kid is looking like one of the stars of the future. He is certainly helping to transform Arsenal's style of play and the patterns that we're able to put together. And today was classic evidence of that. We're going to move on. It was a tasty one. I enjoyed. My captain, he says on Twitter. Thanks for the assist, Kevin. Wow, incredible. The Croydon... Oh, stop it. Oh dear. Let's talk about this boy. We've got to move on. Good evening to everyone who is in the stream, who has joined us on this beautiful evening. You're watching Late Night Fraudulence with me, myself, the Fraud Father. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you're new, and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen and if you're a true fraud. Yeah, I see the gang. It's time for Arsenal to move on. We have not had official word, I don't believe, from Arsenal, unless they've tweeted without me knowing. But Mesut Ozil has flown over to Turkey, and he's been greeted by... he's been mobbed, hasn't he? As is usual with new transfers in Turkey. But I feel we've got to touch on this very briefly. It is over now, at least, not financially, but in terms of... The problem is kind of out of sight now. And whilst I'm sure there's like contractual obligations for them to fulfill up to a certain point, it does look like it's fresh slate, and the club and for player, it's probably best for both. Right, at this point, it had become the war of attrition, the stalemate that no one wanted to see, and we have really wasted a player. He's wasted his career slightly, if you ask me, the last couple of years, or been wasted, whichever way you look at it. It's very sad. I loved watching Ozil in his prime. I think 2013-14 is, happy to see his combinations with Alexis Sanchez. There was a period of time when Alexis and Ozil were the reason I was getting out of bed in the morning. As sad as that may seem, they really did give Arsenal fans a lot of magic. And when we signed him, it was a special day, lads. I don't know if, it's worked out as many had hoped, but he won a few trophies. He had one season in particular, maybe two, that were really special. And it is a shame that the club rested on their laurels and put players like Yaya Sanogo and, Nicholas Bentner and whoever else it was up front with him, when he had been used to playing with the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and whatnot. So, yeah, we say goodbye and we wash our hands now and we can move on. I would say this much, though, as I have said before tonight already, Emil Smith Rowe is very promising, and I don't want to put all the pressure on a kid like that. It is silly for us to assume that he could emulate what Ozil is capable of doing or has achieved. So I hope we do go into the market, and I'm interested to know how it really does free Arsenal up financially, because I'm not convinced yet that we have totally got rid of the problem, if you see what I'm saying. Hopefully, though, this is the beginning and will be one of a number of faces who are leaving in this window. Socrates is one that is being mentioned and has been in a similar position to Mesut Ozil for quite some time. But yeah, I mean, it did make me feel a certain way, I'm not going to lie, seeing him holding up the scarf before anything's been announced. He's been tweeting the yellow and blue, hearts for a hot minute now, and I guess that is partly because he feels like Arsenal have mistreated him. Now, we can go further into this, but one thing I will say is the more reading that I've done on it, the more digging that I've done on the situation that he brought to light, the more I feel that there is something in that. There is some truth in that, and it is a very worrying situation that has been swept under the carpet largely and not given as much attention in mainstream media as I think it deserves. But I do feel a little bit like politically he has played himself by putting himself in the company of people who have questionable pasts themselves, and as a result, despite the fact that he's done some amazing charity work, despite the fact that I think he is a really nice, good guy, what I've also kind of taken on board from being obsessed with this guy as well, don't forget, I know people who've been on this channel for a long time will know that this guy was my top don for a long time. I've also found that he is quite a plastic don. And where I thought that it was an artist that we were getting, he seems to be at least quite superficial in some ways. And clearly, because football is a business like any other, it's a job, the financial motives sometimes outweigh the original idea, the original plan. And I think it is quite possible to get lost in the sauce and just lose who you are. And maybe that's not totally his fault. We may never know. We may not know until he releases a book or, stops playing or unsigns the NDA or it runs out. But regardless, I am kind of happy to be moving on because I want a fresh new Ozil. I want a new exciting player that I can run down the fucking streets and take clothes off to. I want a new player who is able to create magic on a regular basis. And I hope and pray that becomes Smith Rowe, because Saka has been given the opportunity and he's jumped at it, he's taken it, and he looks to be thriving. It is interesting to think about the situation that we've got up front as well. We've got two strikers there who look like they may well be on the way out. Let's be honest, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for a little minute has looked out of sorts, and people have been thinking, should we have signed him to that contract? Lacazette is in a very similar situation. Yes, the form has been fantastic. Is he going to last at the club much longer? Would it be best to make some money? So surely if Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe are making that much headway, the kids who are waiting in line should be positive about their chances for actually playing for the club. Which moves us nicely on to this man who's been causing a little bit of a scene. I do want to touch on this very briefly, if only because it's been on my mind a little bit. What I read, I wasn't that impressed with. Now, I know that this is one of the hottest properties in European football, really. He is one of the highest scoring under 20, under 21 players over the last season or two. Following Balogun, apparently he's had 15 to 30 deals on the table, offers made available. Clubs want him, left, right and centre. This country and plenty of others. Bundesliga offers are reportedly the ones that he's signed pre-contractual agreements with. We don't know that yet, but Arsenal have been struggling to get this guy to sign a contract for a minute now, and some of the demands that he's been making seem ridiculous. Wanting the number 10 jersey, wanting 100 grand a week, etc., etc. He wants to play half the Premier League games and whatnot. Some people have said that maybe why shouldn't he play half the Premier League games? Okay, well he could. And I see that there is potential for him to have a space in the side long term if he can take a leaf out of Saka and Smith Rowe's books. However, Arsenal probably need to sign a striker. It may well be time to sign a striker, lads, and that is an exciting prospect in itself. The summer window may well be a special one this summer. I don't know about this January. I'm not convinced that Arsenal are going to go all out. And, you know, the rumours have been Buendia. Let's talk about Buendia for a second. Can I just say the transfer rumours for Arsenal, and we will move on from Arsenal in a second. I know there's other clubs to talk about, but the transfer rumours for Arsenal have been diabolical this window. It's been one of the worst windows. I'm running out of, you got to give me more than Owar and what's this, Solomon. Who else have we got? If you've got any other rumours throughout the window, please do tweet me them or send me them on Instagram. Buendia is the one that we're going to talk about very briefly now here. Norwich have actually come out and said that they wouldn't take anything but an extraordinary offer from Arsenal. I mean, this is kind of laughable here, right? But he says, we're looking for somewhere between 40 and 50 million pounds. Okay, right. So basically, just to break the news to you, breaking news for LS, we're not getting this done. Okay, if they want 40 or 50 million pounds, that's not going to happen. He says, I've been in touch with some people close to the player. The situation is that the player is totally focused on his job at Norwich City. And, you know, there is just no way that Arsenal are going to spend that kind of money. That is absolutely not going to happen under any circumstances. However, a positive, I guess, in terms of what we saw tonight, at least from the Newcastle game, was Cedric Soares, who could well be good enough, if he carries on playing like he did tonight, to save Arsenal a bit of an issue this window, at least, in terms of getting another right back. I'm not convinced in Ainsley Maitland-Niles all the time playing there. I do like Maitland-Niles, but I'm not sure at right back. Cedric looked quite good tonight. Again, pinch of salt, actually handful of salt, shovel full of salt, because it is was Newcastle. But apart from that, a decent performance. Okay, we've got plenty of comments coming through. I'm going to go through some of these fraudulent dons who want to get their voice heard. If you are new to the stream, don't forget we've got the phone-in coming for you very shortly. We're going to be kicking that off. Don't worry yourselves, my fraudulent friends. We move into the chat. Let's go and see what these guys are saying. Much love to everyone who has joined the stream and liked the video. I see you exercising those freeloading fraudulent thumbs. You are appreciated, as is Philip and... No, it's not Philip and Kennedy. Philip Kennedy. I haven't seen any such thing, mate. Come on again. Much love for getting involved, bro. Flatbush Zombie, you're an absolute legend. And Zlatan Made God is back in the building. He says, congratulations on the W. Do you think the lack of pre-season affects players 30 plus more than others, besides exceptions like Zlatan and Cristiano? Lack of pre-season obviously affects footballers in general, or just athletes in general, not being match fit. Like Ozil, for example. Take Ozil right now. Ozil will probably be fit and fit enough to train, you know, happily with everybody else, but match fitness is something totally different. You can't really replace it or replicate it apart from just playing a game, or playing a few games. You need, I don't know, like 4 games. Fourth game, you should be bang on the money, right? But yeah, I do think that, obviously. And if they're 30 plus and you haven't got incredible conditioning like the Zlatans and Cristianos, who I should say are bang on the juice, right? Then you've got a bit of an issue. Okay. Much love, and Zlatan Made God, for getting involved there. You're an absolute hero. Adam Schuff says, come on, Hugh, my son. Good to see you. It is good to see you. Hope you're well. Yes, I'm very well, my son. I'm actually very, very well. I hope you're well too. He says, United still top of the league. Dirty Scousers. Wow, that is a quote from Adam Schuff, if you're looking for him. No address is available, but he will be on Fraud Watch. He says, I won't repeat that. He says, the naughty, down in fourth, life is good. Big up Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and UTFR. Random man doesn't say anything except raising those espresso emojis. Much love, my son. Vale says, love your channel, mate. As a United fan, keep up the good work. You are appreciated, Vale. Spectrums says, our performance today versus CP. Oh, I see. All right, sorry. I had to work out what you were talking about there. Our performance today versus the performance versus Crystal Palace and the world stage right now shows the difference between positive and negative mentalities. No left or right. The whole is what matters. Okay. Keep shining. You're an absolute legend, mate. I'm not exactly sure what you mean there. I think the difference between playing Crystal Palace and Newcastle United is Crystal Palace are a little bit more organised. Newcastle are really, really bad. Really bad. Like, really bad. Can't explain. This is like playing, I hate to say it, they're a championship side. They are a championship side. There are championship sides who are much better. I'm sorry. Even though, funnily enough, if you go back to the game we just played against Newcastle in the Cup, we could have lost that game. Arsenal could have lost that game, 100%. Here we go. George Topazoglu says, Gundogan. I've been working on this. Gundogan is who everyone thinks Prime Ozil is. Now, that's actually an interesting one because I do rate Gundogan very highly. He is Pep Guardiola's first signing as a Manchester City manager, of course. And he is very underrated in the final third. I think they are starting to use that more so than ever and having quite a lot of success doing so. Long may it continue. He seems like another nice guy. I don't know why he hasn't been getting the credit that he deserves. Probably the injury initially tainted people's minds, but he has been part of some success there. So he's a great controller when he needs to be. I actually think he's probably better in the final third. Yeah, so you might have something there. My fraudulent friends, we will be moving on to talk about Manchester City, who have been in fine form. John Stones actually getting goals. Incredible. Wow. It's all coming together, really, because they don't have the naturally recognised striker available to them, I don't think. Anyway, Gabriel Jesus going down with the Rona, I think. Aguero is one of the most unreliable frauds in the game right now. And as a result, we've had these kind of floating striker options used. I've seen Bernardo Silva going through the middle. I've seen Kevin De Bruyne going through the middle. Sterling going through the middle. Ferran Torres going through the middle. Who else have we seen going through the middle? Anyone? We've also seen Aguero and Jesus. He's doing whatever he can, but what he is doing very well is controlling games. The defence has been massively upgraded with the addition of Ruben Dias, who looks like he could well be the best centre-back in the Premier League right now. It's between Ruben Dias and Fabinho right now, sorry, isn't it? Listen, do you know what, as well? You've got to actually understand this, right? People aren't going to like this. I know people aren't going to like this, but this is the home of hard-hitting home truths. You need to actually respect Harry Maguire a little bit more, lads. You really do. I'm sorry to say that. Yes, he's going to have fraudulent moments. He thinks he's a midfielder. I think he is a midfielder naturally, but he's actually not a bad centre-back, and he's getting massively disrespected to the point where it's a little bit laughable now. However, that's for another time. Maybe we'll talk to some Manchester United fans who've got something else to say about that. Lewis Gillies says, can you touch on Man City, fraud lords? We are touching all over Man City. We're shining that fraudulent bald head. That scalp is getting a good rub down. What else have we got? Martin says, time to put some respect on Pablo Mari and Cedric signings after all those fraudulent tears about contracts. Big up Hugh, much love to your mother. Martin, that's a very, very, very good point. There was a lot of noise about Pablo Mari and Cedric's contracts, and I have said this before, but Cedric has given us a top performance against the Newcastle side who look like they should be relegated already. If I was Premier League boss, I would relegate Newcastle just for what happened tonight. You know, laughable, some of it was. Laughable. Genuinely, not a clue. Like, I thought watching Arsenal was bad. There's levels to bad. There's really are. It's so bad. Anyhow, Steam Croak, I hope I said that right, says, would buying a big money centre attacking midfielder damage Emil Smith-Rowe's confidence? Well, would it damage Emil Smith-Rowe's confidence? Did buying Nicola Pepe damage Bukayo Saka's confidence? Or did he just do Saka? He just did him, yeah? You do you. You don't worry about other people. Don't watch faces. We don't watch face. No, there's no need. Yeah? Just create your lane, stay in it, watch what you're doing, and all will be well. Yeah? We move. Hopefully, anyway, that's the kind of mentality that these kids have got. Because if they're concerned or insecure about people making signings, then they're going to have a problem throughout their careers. This kid looks hungry, he looks ready, and he's being given the opportunity. And in all honesty, just the same way as Bukayo Saka has kept Nicola Pepe out of the side, you're going to have to work to get in ahead of Emil Smith-Rowe right now. Right? Who else we got? We got Stazek Radzijewski. I hope I said that right. Would you take Odegaard on loan? Cheers, Dad. My son. Would we take Odegaard on loan? I mean, Odegaard is being wasted at Real Madrid. There is no denying that. It's quite sad to see as well because he is a special player on his day. I can see him ending up at Man City. I really can see him ending up at Man City. Especially if they sign Haaland, because if anyone signs Haaland and doesn't sign Odegaard, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. The link up is special. Michael Shekels says, can't understate how good John Stones has been this year. Best centre-back for England and top 5 in the league. I mean, that is a big shout, but I'm going to have to agree with it. Defensively, Man City look better than they have been for a long time. Pep Guardiola looks like he has got them rejuvenated, reinvigorated, and ready to go again. And some would say that they are favourites for the Premier League title right now. I don't know how you feel about that. Manchester United are top of the league. They have got themselves a little gap. They have done so well to get themselves there that we are going to turn our attention to Old Trafford and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's achievements very shortly. But just to touch on this boy. Mate. True Ballers FC, yes, you heard it. He has been accepted a long time ago. You dons are late to the party. I'm sorry to say this, but unless you know International Champions Cup 2000 what would it have been? 13, 12, 11 even? I don't know. He was playing for Everton, Panenkas. He's doing Panenkas, yeah? His child. Yeah? I can't remember who it was against. Well ahead of his time. A real eye for a pass. He could definitely play in midfield. And what he has got with Pep Guardiola is a manager who's given them the confidence to play football. Don't be scared. Don't rush into smashing the ball. That's not who we are. We're ballers. Yeah, do you understand? We paid £50 million for your client. You're going to do sensible decision making. You are going to do. You're going to do the right thing, right? More often than not. And yes, there are going to be mistakes along the way. Do you know what? For so many years, I've been listening to people say, yeah, but he's got a mistake in him. Yeah, but he's got a mistake in him. Yeah, but he's got a mistake in him. Yeah, oh, fuck off. Nonce. Yeah? Listen. He's been top class this year. And next to the new signing, it works beautifully, because what Ruben Diaz has got that I don't think John Stones has fully developed yet even is the ruthless, listen, I will actually squash your skull on the pavement if you dare try and speak. Keep my name out your fucking mouth, yeah? Keep my name out your mouth, yeah? Just do me a favour and keep my name out your mouth, yeah? That type of a mentality. Ruben Diaz is a killer. He may look all pretty, he may look all sexual, yeah? Tucked in shirts, yeah? Comb overs, the little Mediterranean beard thing going on, yeah? He looks like a model, really, doesn't he? But ultimately, he would actually put his fist through your skull, yeah, if you tried it. You can tell that he's got that body and attitude, right? He's got body bags at home for sure. Portuguese body bags, yeah? And as a combination, they look decent. I don't know how Cancelo has not got me more fantasy Premier League points, if I'm honest, because he's creating a hell of a lot of chances. He's doing a what's his name? Almiron. Yeah, Cancelo, you need to get out of that Almiron attitude because it's really getting on my nerves. Okay. Oh dear. Who else have we got? We have in the building so many frauds. Ill mind of Callum, my fraudulent friend. How you doing? Scottish fraudulence in the building. We are going to have to talk later on tonight about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scoring goals but missing from inside the goal. I hope you're doing well. He says, it's been time. Let's talk. Coleman Maloney is in the building. He says, put some respect on Bob Holdini's name. Should be in the England squad. Okay, now look, it would be very, very fraudulent of me to do the waxing lyrical of John Stones and to not say anything about Rob Holding, who has not only earned himself a new contract, but has been part of this. We can't really see his face there. Let's move on. I've got to say this right, mate. Listen, mate, look at that hairline. Look at that hairline. It is actually disappearing. It's disappearing in front of our eyes. He's looking like Bruce Willis. Hang on a second. Holding, how old are you, bro? Because that is not good genes, is it? Hold on. I thought you were like 21. Oh, you're 25. Okay, that's acceptable. It happens. I hear you. Okay, look, I'm not going to go in on you because he's been sensational. He really has, and he is now, to me. He's got to start. He's got to have earned that start. I think it's 14 or 15 starts this season, which is the most that he's made in an Arsenal shirt over the course of a year already, and he looks to be a mainstay. It's been a switching of partners for him with Pablo Mari. You've got David Luiz, you've had Gabriel Magalhaes. I would like to think that the left-footed options of Gabriel Magalhaes or Pablo Mari are the ones. What do you think? Who is your Arsenal centre-back combination? We move the conversation on to... Oh, yes, I've been waiting to do this. Wow, Jurgen Klopp against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Oh, wow, incredible scenes. Okay, I watched this game with bated breath, as they say. You know, the night before you're getting excited and just thinking, is it going to be the one that doesn't give us a 0-0? No, of course it isn't. Fucking hell, incredible. However, it was a good game. Manchester United against Liverpool. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I have to say, I think it's a bigger point for Manchester United. However, given that there are so many different contextual narratives, we're going to have to break down the onion layers, because it is a good point for Manchester United in terms of the idea of Liverpool. But what have Liverpool been recently? They've been fucking piss poor, mate, really, haven't they? They've been keeping it together, just like holding on, doing weights with hairs, yeah? They're basically like a paper straw right now, yeah? They last only so long, and they might get you over the line. You might be able to finish your drink, but if you think that you can go to the loo, yeah, or answer the phone and have a 5-minute conversation and your straw is going to still be there, you're having a laugh. You will have lost another defender by then. I don't know who they were playing. Who were they playing? Henderson and Fabinho. Oh, Fabinho, special. Oh, let's talk about this bald fraud. Incredible scenes of glorious emotion. What a player. When they signed him, was he from Monaco? Did he go somewhere else before Monaco? Someone let me know in the comment section below. He's actually one of the best players in the league, lads. Liverpool have got some special talents. Wow, incredible. When they're fit and firing, Liverpool are the best team in the league until City get a striker. Yeah, there we said it. Look, Van Dijk fit, Liverpool win that game easily. They control that game so easily. There were a couple of moments where Henderson got caught out. This guy's covering for him, and he is more than capable of playing that role like full time. He could be a centre back. He would be up there. He's in the conversation, unquestionably. He can play at right back. He can play at DM. He can play at centre mid. He could probably do attacking mid. He probably could. Right? Press high. He's just basically pressing higher. I mean, he's got passing. He can read the game. He's good in the air. The challenges. Oh, the last minute sliding challenge. Shut up. Yeah, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Don't do that around my area. You okay? Yeah? Okay, let's keep it calm. Yeah, you take that. Hey! He's good. He's very good. Thiago's another one. When he's doing his thing, it's going to light the league up. When he's got all the options and Salah realises that he's actually a footballer, then you've got something special there. But on the day, had a lot of the ball, had some half-decent chances. I'm going to be honest, I think United should have done more. Because Liverpool aren't going to be there for the taking like this many times. They're not. Don't kid yourselves. Don't kid yourselves, lads. There's some big saves from Alisson as well. Point blank range saves. Opportunities for Pogba. We have to, though, talk about someone who could potentially be on fraud watch. Oh, incredible scenes. Glorious emotion, because in the big games, there is a man who seems to be going missing. I would love to know if someone in the comment section below is going to get this before I can bring a picture of him up. Who is the man who is going missing in the big games? Who is the man who has been accredited with turning this great club around, the fortunes of this great club around, but seems to be going missing on a consistent basis when really needed? Yes, indeed. Anuj, it is. Your mama, it is. You're damn right, it is. We've got to talk about this guy because he's a bit of a myth. Hustled out of the game. And when there is the slightest sight of a challenge, physicality is not his thing. It's not his thing. I don't know if you see this. He's breakable, snappable. Who snapped him? It was laughable. They did a side-by-side 50-50 and he crumbled like a crisp. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. No. His contributions were lackluster. The invention in the passing was just, he was hitting and hoping. And he does this consistently with the shooting. Yeah, he gets it, he just bangs it. Stop banging it. Stop just banging it randomly. There's no, what is that? Is that really going in? Is it really going in? Maybe 1 in 25 is going in. Like, is it worth it? There's a pass there. And also, whilst we are talking about fraudulence, because ultimately Bruno has been responsible for doing a lot for United, I'm not going to go too deep on him, but on the day, as this is the biggest game of the season, as this is your opportunity to turn the fortunes around and give people, you know, that thing to celebrate, right? Yeah. Okay, right. Okay. Look, I love the fact you're feeding kids, bro. It's absolutely epic. Can you feed your striker Yeah, your fucking new striker who is clean in on goal and is going to be one. It's him and the keeper. Oh wow. Oh no. It's all about moments, right? It's all about moments. You got to take your moments. This was a huge opportunity. You know the exact moment that I'm talking about. It's late on. Cavani's made the run. They're switching sides. Rashford, you're running into the forest. You're running into the forest. You've got the porridge in your hand and you're running to the bears. Yeah, you're running into the crowd of bears. Yeah. Feed Goldilocks. Feed him. He's right there. Oh. Is it because of what Cavani said? Is that what it is? It's like, have you taken that personally? Oh, God. What's going on here? Someone explain it to me. Give me a headache thinking about it, honestly. Anyhow, draw is not the worst result for either of these sides, but it is a great result for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City and anyone else who has aspirations of chasing these guys at the top of the table. Let's have a look at the Premier League table as it stands as we move into the phone-in side of the show. If you do want to get involved, Discord in the description box below. Join the call queue. We'll get you on. We'll have a little chinwag. Sheffield United losing to Spurs. Massively fraudulent. Oh, God. It's really irritating me. Oh, God. Tottenham won't go away. And I've got to warn you, lads. I've done my research. You know me. We do the homework. Your favourite football YouTuber's favourite YouTuber, yeah? You like the way the flips? Yeah, listen, Tottenham are going to have a very good run. They've got some quite gettable points coming up. Arsenal have got an incredibly difficult run and are going to struggle. If they do get through these two periods, as I predict, we could have the season's kind of conclusion really kind of playing out over the next couple of weeks. Look, Tottenham, fixture-wise, let's just go through it. Admittedly, we have got a little period of a problem, I guess, with Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, West Brom, Manchester City, West Ham, Burnley, Palace, and then Arsenal. And if we look at Arsenal's, let's just have a little look. Arsenal's fixtures: Southampton, Manchester United, Wolves, Villa, Leeds, and Manchester City. Maybe I've jumped the gun a little bit there. Spurs actually look a little bit more tricky than I had actually anticipated initially. But I would expect them to pick up points and people to start getting gassed about titles, you know, title challenges and all this nonsense again. We'll see where we end up. What is going to be a clear indication of where Arsenal are going is how they deal with these games, because there are some very tricky fixtures there. Very tricky ones. Oh, it's going to be tasty. Okay, lads. Who have we got? So let's do some more comments before we move into the chat and get the chinwags going. Michael Sheckle says, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got it wrong tactically. Indeed, he did, Stevie. Look at that face. Beautiful face. He says Martial should never get in front of Cavani. I don't know how many times I've got to tell you about this Martial kid. He's got funny feet. I don't know what it is. They don't work. It doesn't work. It's not going to work. He's not the guy. I like him. I do like him. I really loved when he scored that goal. When he first turned up, he scored a goal against Liverpool in that 1-0 win late on, and everyone was going, "Oh, he's the new Thierry." Oh, don't ever do that. Yeah, don't ever do that. I don't ever want to hear you do that. No one is the new Thierry. There's no new... well, actually, hold on. Mbappe is the closest you're going to get, okay? Forget it otherwise. Right? Forget it. Mbappe is my son. Yeah, you'll always be my son, you little French fraud. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Faris says wanted to add on Gundogan, his quality going forward, and he was the DM in City's 14-win streak in 18-19 when they won the Premier League. He's complete, and much love Well, yes, indeed, you have said your piece on Gundogan. Duke KM says, my side! But for some reason, I'm still concerned about how rocky we can be. No, is the answer to your question. Keep up the good work. Much love for getting involved as well, Duke KM. You're an absolute hero. This is Late Night Fraudulence. You're now listening to what is about to be the late night phone-in in the Discord. I'm sure you will know by now. We have got the call queue, and I'm hoping that we've got plenty of frauds lined up waiting to go. Let's just have a little butchers. We have indeed. Okay, hopefully we've got all clubs, all shapes and sizes. We do not discriminate. Yeah? Fatties need love too. Yeah? Everyone needs love, don't they? Okay, all right, mate. Let's calm it down. Emil Smith Rowe will be the focus of our picture for this first call. I don't know who we're going to get, so we might have to change it. But we are going to start at the very top. It is, of course, your chance to get involved on Late Night Fraudulencia. If you have got an issue, if you have got something that you want to discuss, join me. We are going to go to, I think we're going to go to a Manchester City fan first of all. Pep Guardiola has been making moves, the type of moves that Manchester City fans will be loving. Defensively, they look like they've improved. Goals were definitely something that we thought was going to be an issue, but they seem to be dealing with it in all sorts of ways quite well. Okay, right. Where are you, son? Where are you, son? Let's move you. Okay. First up on that list for tonight's show, we have got ourselves Cancel Season. How you doing, my fraudulent friend? Yes, mate. You're live on Late Night Fraudulence. Much love to your mother for getting involved. Let us know where you're watching from and what your name is. Now, this is looking massively fraudulent. Cancelo, you were so close. I saw you. You were there, bro. You were there. No, he's ducks. Oh, he's ducks. Man City fans are where we are going to focus our attention, though. So we are going to give an opportunity to a Mr. De Silva 210. Mr. De Silva, you are now live and exclusive on Late Night Fraudulence. Much love to your mother for getting involved. Let us know where you're watching from and what you want to talk about.
Yo, Hugh.
How you doing, mates?
Yo, what's going on, man? I don't know if my mic, it might be a bit fraudulent, might be a bit of an echo.
Your mic sounds beautiful, my son. How's it going?
Great. Honestly, Hugh, I just sit here and just, I just think Josep Guardiola is managing my football club. What a manager this guy is, right? Honestly, people called him out last season. They said, oh, he lost to Leon, he should be going. Pep out. I had mates, right, who were City fans telling me, right, he should be gone. I was thinking, what are they thinking? It's just he's solved our defense and he's solving our attack, and we don't even have a striker. It's unbelievable. And honestly, I know people want Haaland, and I do want him, but my main person I'm thinking of is Messi. I just want Messi in my club, and that's why I've called up to talk about Messi and Aguero, the contract renewal. I think Aguero. Do I want? It's difficult because he's injury prone and.
So you're ready to get Aguero out of the club, and you want?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'd actually rather him stay. I'd rather him stay. I know he's injury prone, but just because of what he's done for us, man. Oh, well, what a player!
It seems like a beautiful situation to be in. You're talking about potentially bringing in,
beautiful.
Lionel Messi. Is Lionel Messi worth the money that?
See, that is the question. Now, here's the
City
thing.
would have to pay.
I feel like he's a humble guy. You'd think he would take a pay cut, don't you?
Oh, I don't know if you understand football
No,
or
don't you,
business.
no. You think he's gonna? Okay, wait, hold on. You think he's gonna find another club who will pay him £1 million a week?
Yes, I do. Yes, there's
You
one.
think PSG will pay that money?
There's one right over the channel. Yes,
You think?
yes.
But aren't they renewing? You know, they're renewing Neymar and Mbappe.
No,
They aren't going.
I don't think you understand how much money. You see, you should
Yeah,
understand being a
come on,
Manchester City fan.
FFP, man, FFP. I know PSG. You know, listen, listen. I just don't think they can afford. They can't afford that. I know you're saying they've got a load of money, but there's no way. There's no way they get. I'm no. I'm taking unless they sell Mbappe to Madrid, which
Okay,
I
I
can't see
mean,
happening.
this is insane talk because what City have actually done is some quite shrewd business signing players for 20 million, 40 million, 60 million. But to go the whole way, is it going to be £1 million a week for this guy?
It won't be. It won't be. I really don't think it will. I think it will be still be high. For sure, it'll be high. It won't be £1 million though. It definitely won't be £1 million.
Okay, well, it's the final jewel in the crown then, in the aim, which of course is Champions League glory. Is that for you the be all and end all for Pep Guardiola and how he will be judged, or do you think that he's done enough?
Yeah, I was thinking, if we do get Messi and we do win the Champions League, people will just keep saying, "Oh, Pep needs Messi." Fucking fraudulent dons, you know. Listen. We all know Pep's an amazing manager. You know, best manager. You know, bar Sir Alex Ferguson. I'll give Sir Alex Ferguson that mantle. You know, but honestly, if Pep was, I just give him a 10-year contract. Honestly, I'm worried about, when he leaves. I don't want him to leave. I just don't. I don't want him gone because.
Do you think you need to worry about that? He's just signed the new contract.
Yeah, but it's he can leave whenever he wants.
Right.
I think next season. I think there's a clause in his contract where he can leave in whichever season he wants to leave in. So.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about this season. Let's talk about realistically. I mean, this isn't going to happen in January. This messy thing. So let's
obviously not.
Let's just focus on what's happening right now. You've made a fantastic signing in Ruben Diaz, who has taken to the Premier League like it's a duck in water or whatever they call it. He's got John Stones looking top class next to him. Defensively, he looked like a unit. And there seems to be progress being made in terms of the kind of mentality which looked like it had dipped for a second. Are you confident that you can actually not only challenge but go all the way this season?
I think it is ours to lose. I really do. I also think, I'm going to be honest, I really underestimated Diaz. I thought Koulibaly was the one. I thought he was the be all or end all, to be honest. I also thought Kunde, whatever his name is, I thought he'd be a better pick than Diaz. So, Diaz he's just elevated our team he's just given that foundation which we've been missing. I'm not going to say he's a company replacement, but he's filling that gap, He's filling that gap, and it's really what we needed to push us onwards this season.
Okay, let me ask you this, man. I'm getting a lot of people saying that. Well, what do you say to people that say that Pep is a fraud? That Pep has never had a challenging job?
honestly, I think Pep is he needs good players to adapt to his system. We've seen, what players, what teams are like. United have spent £1 billion, and now, where have they gone? I think it was like £1 billion in the last like 5 years or something. What have they done with that money? We've spent the money wisely. We haven't dashed out money on high signings. Like you said, we've been signing players for 50, 60 million max. Has that actually been a bit of a detriment to us? Maybe because, I think we've been a bit, last season showed we weren't really looking at our defence enough. I think Otamendi should have gone the season before that season even started. So, yeah, it's Pep is he's look, listen, he's world class. I can't really complain about him. I remember when we were like, I think it was like September, October, when we were a bit rocking form. I was thinking, I'll just wait because I know Pep. He's not gonna, he's gonna sort it out. He's gonna sort out our problems, and that's what he
That's
does.
amazing.
Obviously, he overthinks. I'm not gonna lie. He's not perfect.
Yeah.
The Lyon game did expose him a bit. He does overthink those Champions League games, and that's why, for me, the Champions League this season is what's most interesting to me right now. Is because I just want to see how the team is going to react to Mönchengladbach. I'm sure. Actually, to be honest, I thought it'd be an easy win, really, but I think that could be a tough game because I think didn't they beat Bayern Munich or something in the Bundesliga?
Listen, right, you've got a lot to look forward to. You're talking Lionel Messi, you're talking winning Champions Leagues, and I wish you the best with it. It is a strange.
I'm gonna say one thing.
You hit me with it. Hit me with that last one.
When you're saying love is a myth on a Discord, you're a fraud, mate.
Oh, okay. Talk to
know
us.
what I'm about?
Have
You
you found love in lockdown?
No. I'm just saying on the Discord. You were saying love is a myth.
Listen,
just
mate,
here to clear
life
up,
is a
yeah.
myth, yeah? You live in the Matrix. Step outside with me. Face the truth, yeah? Face the truth. The truth is, Pep Guardiola spent a lot of money. And people will call him, maybe not a fraud, but they will definitely question him if he can't bring that Champions League title back to the Etihad with the amount of money that's been invested. However, I do think he's massively disrespected for what he's achieved in the Prem. And right now, City look like one of the teams that will be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. Another that we have to talk about, of course, is Liverpool. We are going to move the show over.
Hello, Hugh. Can you hear?
Oh no, he's jumped the gun. He's jumped the gun totally. Who's this massive fraud who got on the line? Danny K. Danny, mates, much love.
How are you?
Where are you joining us from?
I am joining you from New York City.
New York City.
Yes, sir. By the way, shout out to that last City fan. I love listening to City fans play fantasy football on late night Providence. There's nothing like it, honestly. But I have bad news for him. So
Messi, you got the smoke. You coming with the false?
Yeah, I got the smoke.
Oh no, he's got the smoke.
Messi's about to sign a contract to fight Jake Paul. Did you see his red card on over the weekend?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. That was an amazing goal by Inaki Williams. What a finish at the end! Oh my god.
I'm here to discuss Liverpool.
Okay, hit me with it, mate. What's on your mind?
Honestly, it's a little worrying at this point, and I'm not trying to make excuses. We've been dreadful for the past few games. But what I'm seeing, I mean, what was the staple of this Liverpool team over the past few years? Fitness levels were out of control.
When we say out of control, what is that like?
Basically, they could run for days, right? They could run for days nonstop, no problem.
Are other teams able to do that?
Honestly, I think that and I'm not a doctor, don't listen to me, but could it be this COVID situation? We've had Mane's had COVID, Salah's had COVID, Trent's had COVID, Thiago's had COVID. They all don't look that great, honestly. Obviously, they're all off form, but maybe we still don't know what the long-term effects of this COVID thing is, so who knows? Obviously, they're being asked to play 1 million games a week, so that doesn't help either. But we have issues. I don't know how we're going to solve this. I know people keep calling for Henderson to be played in midfield because he helps Trent. It's like a jigsaw right now, and I don't know how. Honestly, I have no idea how we're going to solve it. Maybe look. I'm not complaining. We're still 3 points off top, having all of these injuries, and this is a crazy season. We could have this discussion in 2 weeks' time where United lose 2 games in a row, 3 games in a row, and no one's even talking about a title anymore, right? This has been such a crazy season. The fact that we're still there or thereabouts, I'm happy with, and we're playing awful. Don't get me wrong. All the front three have all been. Salah scored a lot of goals this year. Don't get me wrong. But they just don't look the same. Watching the United game, Salah of last year would have taken way more shots when he's in the box, as opposed to taking that extra dribble and losing it. It just feels weird. Even Thiago, don't get me wrong, I'm love Thiago. He's a great player. But you could see yesterday, like some of his passing in the final third, he gave the ball away very sloppily a few times. Something is off, like completely off. So I honestly don't know how we fix it. Look, the fact we're still there, I'm happy. I think City are the team to beat for sure. I think this United thing is. I called in, by the way. Remember when I called in and I said, "Oh, we'd beat Tottenham and it would be easy, and Tottenham would no longer be discussed as title contenders."
Yes, indeed, you did. You did. You were correct in that.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have the same discussion about and it's not. It's because the league is so crazy this year. Like we honestly don't know what the hell's gonna go on, right? Like at some point, who knows? Maybe they might stop the league for a few weeks. I have no idea. Like everything is so up in the air. It really doesn't seem like a challenger right now might not be a challenger in a few weeks' time is what I'm trying to say. Right?
I think you're being a bit too too lenient. You haven't really woken up and smelt the coffee, and the coffee is smelling like it might well be off right now because Liverpool have been poor. Really, they've been scraping things together. The away record is shocking.
I know,
and in all honesty, the United game, I think, was a big point for Liverpool. Big point for Liverpool. They really need to be doing more if they're going to be considered for the title over the long stretch, because I think now teams are looking at them as like gettable. Regardless, defensively, it obviously has been a problem, and putting this team together with all the madness that's been going on is clearly causing them an issue. But everyone else has got the same problem as well.
I agree, but not everyone else is playing with no centre backs, right? And by the way, I'm not giving us excuses.
Leeds have been playing with one centre back for about 3 months.
Fair, but I mean, there's a lot less pressure on Leeds. Let's be fair, right? With all due respect, Leeds. I mean, no, I mean that with absolutely all due respect. I'm sorry, I sounded like an ass. But that's like, I don't want to. Like, I'm saying I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed, especially the Fulham game, the Newcastle game, the Southampton game. These are all games like last year. Even though we weren't playing well, we were still winning those games, and that's what makes you a champion, right? Like that's how you win a championship, winning those games, and that's really the difference.
Let me ask you this, man. There was a moment in that game where I think Thiago plays the ball over the top to Mane, and the referee just blew the whistle for half time.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you thought anything of it at the time, but it struck me as slightly odd, and it made me think, if you own a business, right, and your, most profitable, or the product that you sell the most is, let's just say going out of fashion. It's quite possible that you would want to, upmarket the other products to make them just as desirable, just so that you can, spread the profit, make as much money. Ultimately, nobody can tell me that the Premier League will be satisfied with the same teams winning the league over and over again. It just doesn't make the product as enticing as it does if you can sell it in like an NBA style. We don't really know who's going to win. It's anyone's game. Anyone can win, the magic of the league type thing. So ultimately what I'm saying is, whereby there may well have been a lot of support for Liverpool last year, and I really do actually believe that there is whether it's a subconscious thing or not, or an actual directive from above, that for entertainment purposes, for the purposes of whatever, this is what we're doing, this is who I want you to back. It seems ridiculous to say this, but yesterday I just got the feeling that they were more on United's sides.
It did bother me. Look, obviously it did bother me he blew the whistle early. Obviously it did bother me. They were playing on when United were offside and whistling immediately when we had like a contentious decision going against us. But at the end of the day, we only have ourselves to blame. We didn't play well enough to win that game. Like, I know the referee wasn't great, whatever. Those are like excuses you can't make, because at the end of the day, you were in a position to win that game, but you didn't do enough to do that. So you have yourself to blame. Even though it does bother. Like, look, we've had decisions go against us this year. the ones that come to mind, the Everton game, that like those for some reason that's the only one I still can't get over. It was so egregious. And by the way, I don't want to make this a discussion about VAR, but I celebrated like a madman when we scored that third goal, and then to have it stripped away 2 minutes later, that was soul crushing. Like, imagine those players, they worked so hard for 90 minutes, they get the winner, and then they take it away from them. It's like,
yeah, no, look,
at the end of the day, we're good
now,
enough.
though,
We have the talent. We're good enough to win these games. We only have ourselves to blame at the end of the day. Like, you can't make any excuses.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I know. Look, I've just spoken to the City fan who's got nothing but good things to say about Pep Guardiola. You know, genuinely thinks that he's the greatest manager ever. You know, barring Sir Alex, he said. And I mean, if you probably ask him behind closed doors, he'd probably say Pep over Sir Alex. But have you lost any faith in what Klopp's capable of doing? Because I'm seeing people who are. It seems laughable. I'm sorry, but I'm seeing people who are actually saying they're done. Like, he's finished.
No. That's those aren't proper Liverpool fans. There's no way. I'm sorry. He gave us the Premier League after a 30-year wait. He's built a team that we can all, like, any Liverpool fan you ask, we look forward to watching. Look, we came from Poulsen, Jovanovic. I'm sorry, like, I was born in 1990, so I've never seen the Liverpool games, the Liverpool teams of old. So we've had to endure a lot of bad teams. The team he's built, the belief. When remember his first press conference, he wants to turn people from doubters to believers. Like, he did talk a big game, but he actually backed it up. Like, he took us to finals. People called us losers, and then he took us to the Champions League final again, and we finally won it. He won us the Premier League after a 30-year wait. I'm sorry, this guy has bought himself at least 2 years. Look, if things keep getting worse, and there's clearly something wrong with the team, maybe I'll change my mind. But at this point, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is like the manager for us. Absolutely. Like, I'm not even contemplating like, oh, maybe this is a Klopp issue. Absolutely not. No.
Talk to me about Mo Salah. What's going on with this guy? He's having a little bit of a moment,
by the way, and this is something no one has talked about. I'm not so sure how familiar you are with Mo Salah. I'm Arab, by the way, so I follow him very closely.
Okay.
His best friend at the club was Dejan Lovren.
Right.
And that was his like absolute best friend. Like, everything Mo Salah did off the pitch was with Dejan Lovren. So us selling him, even though he didn't play a big part last year, us selling him has to have affected his mood, so to speak. Like, if you lose your good friend, is your only friend, and you're stuck in quarantine, like, that has to have an effect on him. And the fact that maybe he has, I think he might have had his head turned at some point. I love the guy. You can't replace his goals. Like, it's going to be very tough to replace him unless we get, if the City fan wants to talk about Messi, we're going to have to get Mbappe for them to get Messi. But I can't see another player. And even Mbappe, like, you talk about it all the time. His goals might be inflated because of the league he plays in, right? Yeah. So
if you bring a player from Liga and guarantee their rate drops by like 20, 30, even more %.
Exactly. And you've seen it with Lacazette too. Like, it's this. He was a great player in Liga, and I used to like Lacazette a lot. But it's the same thing. Like, how do you replace Mo's goals? But the thing is, you're gonna have to sell one or two of the front three.
He's got 13 goals in 18 games so far this season, and we're
he's still top scorer.
I know, it's ridiculous, right? We're talking about him like he's finished. He's got more goals than any other player in the league. Just to clarify. Harry Kane on 12, Son on 12, Fernandes on 11. It is though quite clear that he is out of sorts somewhat, and has probably, like you say, maybe he's got his head turned, maybe he's getting cold feet, maybe he's just had enough of this kind of cycle of Liverpool.
Don't forget, he also plays on Trent's side, right? And he had some not so great comments to say about Trent getting the captaincy in that Champions League game.
Right. Well,
so that also isn't very helpful for their chemistry on that right-hand side. So there's clearly things going on in the team. Clearly.
Très intéressant. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, my fraudulent friend.
By the way,
yes?
before I go,
Hit me.
Emil Smith-Rowe, what a player. Love that kid.
Oh no, keep your mitts off, mate. Keep your mitts off. Yeah?
No, he's yours. He's yours.
Much
Thank
love.
you so much. Always a pleasure. Always a
Likewise,
pleasure.
my friend. I hope to speak to you again soon. Danny K, Liverpool fan in the building. Late Night Fraudulence for that ass. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. Right, it's only one button. Come on, mate. Just click it. Come on. Where's that little thing that I've got? Where is it? I've got this little thing that... There we go. Look, come on. Click the red button. Click the bell as well, unless you're a massive bellend, yeah? Get involved in the Fraud gang by joining the Discord, and you can get in the queue and get a little chinwag going. We're going to get straight into the next one, and we are going to go for... none other than Josh Lad. Josh Lad, you're now live and exclusive on Late Night Fraudulencia. Hope you're doing well. Much love to your mother for getting involved. Josh Lad.
How you doing, mate?
Oh, I'm doing all right, mate. Where are you calling us from tonight?
I'm up in Scotland, mate. It's been a few weeks since we spoke. I think it was the Chelsea game, actually, the last time.
Oh, well, it's been all up for Arsenal since then.
Mate, emotional.
Emotional roller coaster, indeed. Beautiful scenes tonight as Arsenal get themselves a 3-0 win. What were your thoughts after the game?
First half, I was asking a lot of questions as to what we were planning on doing after watching us against Palace, and it seemed a bit side to side, and like we weren't really able to break it down. I was worried at half time that might be the case today, but a few special young dons stepped up again.
They did. They just keep doing that, don't they?
And one particular questionably hairlined Gabonian don also stepped up for the first time in a long time and done beautiful things. So,
first things first, how's he missing that open goal there? Sorry.
I won't make excuses for him. It did look like it took a deflection to me on the way over.
Yeah, no, I think
and
right.
It's like it's come off like almost like his ankle or his heel maybe at the end. But should definitely still be putting that away, I think.
We'll let him off.
I think in the slow-mo it actually kind of looked like because of the deflection he had almost kind of ran past it, and then he's kind of just flailing a left leg and hoping, I think. But still questionable, very questionable. But we take a brace after these many weeks of no goals from him, so
indeed,
it's hopefully the little boost that he needs to get back to his regular scoring ways.
Are you worried at all? Because there have been some shouts for Aubameyang's found his level. I mean, he was playing against Newcastle. I hate to say it like that, but it's Newcastle and they're dire.
They're so bad. They're so terrible.
Where they are even now. They've got that many points.
It's weird because when Newcastle, like, you've seen a few performances from them this season where I've thought they look decent, and then just in the last kind of 4 to 6 weeks I've seen them, it just seems as though they turn up to every game just hoping to not lose, and not even particularly deploying tactics to not lose, just hoping to not lose against any opposition. They're not not a Premier League side for me personally.
Okay,
they will stay up.
Arsenal have gone up to 10th. They're temporarily. I don't want to look at the league table because it's still painful viewing, but progress has been made since we last spoke. The Chelsea game was a real turning point for the club, and we're now looking at, I think it's 5 wins out of 6, 5 clean sheets on the row. 6 clean sheets. Is it 5 clean sheets in a row or 6 clean sheets in a row?
5, I think.
5. First time that Arsenal's done that for about 12 years. Is this the turning point? Getting rid of Mesut Ozil, a January transfer window, a club that are showing signs of progression in terms of the style of play as well. Emil Smith-Rowe really has changed the game. Saka doing his thing. Are you excited again to be an Arsenal fan? Do you believe in Arteta right now?
I believe in Arteta. I believe in the club. It's hard to lose faith in the club as a whole, despite all the massive fraudulence. You always have that hope that it's going to turn around, and you know yourself as an Arsenal fan that we live in a constant worry that something's going to go wrong, that it feels like other clubs don't have. It feels like
I
we're
think-
always just kind of waiting on the next thing that sends us spiraling into nonsense. But for me right now, it's looking good. I don't want to get too excited because of like I was really uninspired with how we were at Palace, and I know Palace are a decent side, but I genuinely felt, and maybe this is just like off the back of the previous results, I genuinely felt like we were going to show Palace up a bit.
Yeah.
And it kind of knocked me back a little bit, the way we just kind of looked like a blunt sword a little bit against them. And you touched on it before, Newcastle are utterly dreadful, to put it politely. And I can't say that I can take too much from even a 3-0 like convincing win, played great, all that good stuff. Like, it feels like we've played like a League One side in the Carabao Cup, and I just can't really get like up for today's win. I don't know.
I hear you, right? But look, you can only beat what's put in front of you.
True.
This will have given them confidence, and they're going to need that. I mean, right now, you take any points given the start that we had to the season. I'm looking at the
Absolutely.
recent results, and it's a 3-1 win at Chelsea, a 1-0 win Brighton, 4-0 win against West Brom, the 0-0 against Palace, and a 3-0 win. I mean, those are all results, Brighton, West Brom, Newcastle, even Palace, where you would hope for Arsenal to pick up maximum points. We've dropped 2 along the way, but that's still pretty good going. Southampton, though, offer a different kind of... It's a really, really dangerous game, that is. Leicester have beaten
It's
them
Mary's
2-0
as well.
recently. Oh, you've got news?
Is that St Mary's as well, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's in
The
St
Southampton
Mary's.
game?
Yes, it is indeed. We've got Southampton away and then Manchester United at home. Those 2 games could well decide whether Arsenal are stuck in mid-table for the rest of the season or whether we can actually pull something together. And with United top of the table, that is going to be a massive, massive ask, because despite the fact that people think that they're not ready to win the league, they are there. They are there. Talk to me anyway about the January transfer window. Have you got any hopes for Arsenal to sign anyone, or any rumours that you've heard that you're interested in or think could help the club?
I'll be honest, mate, right? I hate the feeling of being like a pessimistic Arsenal fan, right? But I feel like whenever it approaches transfer windows, or when we're in the middle of a transfer window, I can never have any real faith that we're actually going to do anything. Everything typically feels really last minute. Like even Partey was like deadline day, even though we've needed him for years, literal years. So, and the thing is, you and I spoke about this the last time I was on. I don't know that there's that much that we can add in this window. I mean, obviously we've got things we need, that's not what I'm saying, but I don't think feasibly we can add anything that's going to really make enough of a difference to our team for it to be worth the investment.
Buendia, they're talking about 40 to 50 million pounds. That's going to be out of the question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an embarrassment on everyone's part. I think that they would how Norwich can value him at that price is craziness. It sounds like just a way to get us to go away kind of thing. But even at that, right? I mean, I'll admit I don't watch a lot of Championship football. Is a Championship player what we need to come in, and is that going to get us to?
Well, I mean, you could argue that it's worked for a couple of other sides. Aston Villa have helped to turn their fortunes around by getting themselves a focal point up front in, Ollie Watkins. Let's say Ben White's doing very well at Brighton, having spent some time in Leeds. They can definitely add something. And I actually like the idea of looking down the leagues, really, or even in the Prem. That would be ideal if we could sign a player from the Prem.
Yeah, I think for me though that's for me though that's poor, and I know we are quite a poor team, but that for me, that's poor teams adding top quality players from down the league. That's always going to improve them.
Mm.
And I don't know if, like for example, like Villa narrowly avoided relegation last year. Brighton are pretty poor on all fronts. I think they're like 2 spots above the relegation zone, 5 points maybe. So I get where you're coming from. Totally, like it's easier to recruit from people who are already here. You don't have the whole adapting to a new country, new language, all that nonsense. So that's obviously a plus. But there is always the increased premium, especially if you're buying for the Premier League, where at this point, with Arsenal not knowing where they, we could be in 15th in 2 weeks' time, we could be in 5th in 2 weeks' time, right? But other teams in the Premier League, are they going to sell us a player that's going to potentially pip us an extra couple of points that might take us above them?
I guess if you pay the money, you get what you want. But I hear you.
But we don't have the money.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is we're doing furloughs, and I think we borrowed 100.
We're paying off dinosaurs. We're taking out loans. We're doing all kinds of fraudulence, my friend.
Oh, you hate to see it. You really do hate to see it. Well, hopefully they do something in the window, because it would be nice. It has been one of the driest January transfer windows as far as rumours go in living memory. I've got to say that. Go on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, mate.
No,
but I was going to say, for me, I think a lot of the dry rumours is because it's been all about Ozil for me. Like the whole window, it's all about, is he staying, is he going, is it Fenerbahce, is it FC Dallas, is it whoever it is? And then now that it's done, it's like, the media are like, shit, we need to come up with some nonsense for Arsenal to try and sign. So I'm sure in the coming days we'll hear something that's probably just more Aouar and Buendia and other things that aren't going to happen. But I don't know. For me, right, and I don't know what your opinion is on this, but I just don't see that. I just don't see that there is any real chance of us spending potentially even in the summer. Obviously, it depends on where we finish.
Oh,
but
no! I can't have that. Listen, we've got players left, right, and centre running out of contracts. I'm expecting the following to be gone: Socrates, Mustafi, possibly Chambers, El Neni, possibly even Lacazette. That should free up space, money. There's no way that you're not going to see a real washing of the hands of some of the guys. We've already begun to see what I think will begin to be like an exodus, like maybe 7-8 players. I wouldn't be surprised to see us swapping that many.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's what we need, because at the end of the day, it's. I know a lot of people have said it, but it's. There's a lot of similar names, most of which you just mentioned, that have failed several managers now, and that can't all be pinned on the managers. There's been some questionable managerial decisions, definitely, but there's been a lot of fraudulence on the famous carpet by some of those names that you mentioned. So you're right. It's definitely an exodus. They all need to go and never return, and hopefully never be spoken about again.
Jeez,
but I don't know. I don't know that we will invest as much as we need to. Is the point I'm making? I don't for a second think that we're going to not invest.
We know that we're never going to do what we think that we should be doing. We're never going to do enough. Never. Because ultimately we want to be challenging for the major honours. We want to be challenging for the league, going into the Champions League, actually challenging for that. And to do that, you'd have to spend a shit ton of money that this club aren't going to spend. Those are the facts. We're doing it the long way. Kids, loans, little projects, kindergarten FC, along the way with signing old timers and retirement guys and whatnot from down the road.
Retirement home FC. You hate to see
it's Arsenal. Come on, you get on board. Love the pain. Cut yourself.
Dreadful scenes.
Cut yourself for pain.
We are accustomed to this nonsense by this stage, my friend. You know it as well as I do.
Indeed.
And the only downside for me of the emergence of Highland FC is I don't want it to become a reliance on, right, cool, now we need youth players to come through the system to progress this team. That's what worries me. I love seeing it. I love seeing these homegrown guys coming through, true ballers, true big ballers. And it's beautiful scenes, but it doesn't last forever. It's not going to be something that every year we can just churn out somebody that's Premier League who just comes in and is Premier League ready. Like, Saka and Smith Rowe have just come in and kind of stepped
look,
into the boots as
you
if they
say
were
that,
prime
man.
players.
But look, holding. I'm seeing Gabriel at the back. I'm seeing Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli. Even if you add Guendouzi into that, you got Arsenal for the next 8 years, or at least a large part of Arsenal if they carry on in the form that they've been in.
Yeah, I know. I know you're right, but it's again, it comes down to, I suppose, what do we add around them that complements what they
Yes.
already do?
Yes.
Like, I saw a lot of stuff. Obviously, Ozil's been the talk of the town for what feels like forever. I've been watching a lot of stuff about, has Arsenal failed Mesut? Has Mesut failed Arsenal and all that kind of thing? And there's a lot of
They
good
failed each other,
arguments.
didn't they? Really? They failed.
Yeah. It's so my worry is, when we had one of the best creators, playmakers, artists on a football pitch, arguably to play the game in what was his, almost his prime, and we didn't add what we needed. Are we going to add it when we have less than that? That's what worries me.
Yeah, no, I hear you, because the argument would be, despite the fact that we're kind of washing our hands of the guy, the fact of the matter remains that we're losing a player. We need a top class midfielder now.
Exactly, and like I hear all this stuff about, will it knock Smith Rowe's confidence and stuff? I don't think it will. You mentioned it earlier, Pepe coming in to knock Saka. Hopefully it's a mentality that sticks with them as boys, where it's not a case of, bringing in a top player will discourage him. Hopefully it just drives him to be even better and reach that high potential that he clearly has. But it's as always with us, as always with Arsenal, a waiting game, a worrying game,
Yeah, well, I'll see
a
you
hopeful game.
When's the window end? What's the window end?
I don't even know, mate.
January transfer window ends on the 1st of February at 11 o'clock GMT. I will see you then for a late night fraudulent special.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah, of course, mate. I will definitely be doing one. So join us and we'll have a chat and we can muse over exactly how wrong we've got it.
You'll love to see it.
Much love for getting involved, bro. You're an absolute legend. That is
always a pleasure, mate.
Josh Ladd. Yes, mate. Josh Ladd in the building. Late night fraudulence. I hope you're enjoying it. Much love to everyone who has dropped the video a damn like. You're much appreciated. We're nearly closing in on the 2 hours, so you better get exercising those freeloading fraudulent thumbs, my friends. If you do want to join me, you know where to go. We're going to go to the next call straight away. It is King AMT95. Mr. King AMT, you're now live and exclusive on Late Night Fraudulence. Much love for getting involved. Let me know what your name is and where you're watching from, bro. It's his first time on, so we've got to be patient with him, right? He's probably trying to work out what's going on. He's made his way into the Discord. That much is good. Good to see. You've done that. You're doing all the basics, right? Now you're on the show, but you're not ready. I don't know. Not sure what's going on here. You are definitely up for coming on the show because you actually sent me a message saying, I really want to come on. Here we are. This is your big moment. You're doing an Ozil. You're doing an Ozil away from home against Newcastle. Not in the squad. Invisible FC. Ah, dear. King, bro, I'm going to come back to you. You're looking like a massive fraud right now. Hopefully you've worked out what's going on and you'll send us a message to tell us when you're ready, bro. Okay, let's move this one on. We're going to go to Tosh Aka. You are now live and exclusive on Late Night Fraudulence, my friend. Much love to your mother for getting involved. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hi.
Hello, mate.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. You don't sound ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready, yeah? Hit me. What you got to talk about today?
Man United, I'm a United fan.
Manchester United. Glory, glory, Man United. Okay, what do you want to talk about, man? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's success, how he's been extremely disrespected by many, how he isn't a PE teacher, but how he is actually the headmaster, looking over the PE teachers. Or
I'm one of the people that disrespected him, to be honest.
have you come
And
up to give some humble pie? Have you?
Yeah, I really thought he didn't have what we needed, but what I'm seeing right now is that he's actually pretty good. We're playing the football that this team can play best, I think.
Okay, so you're confident in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being the man for the job to take United back to the title?
Oh no, no way. I'm just happy to be experiencing my club at the top right now because I don't think it's gonna last for a long time.
I just look. Why is that? He's taken the team from. Why is that? Why do people not believe in this? Why do people find it so difficult to believe that after 18 games, Manchester United are not capable of going the whole? I'm not saying they are, but I just want to know why. What is it that you're seeing that says no, that's not gonna last?
The games against the other clubs from the top six, we've only gotten 3 points, and that's from 3 draws, which I think is appalling. We
That
have
is a
only
big,
one
that
goal
is a big
against them.
point. Let's just focus on that point for a second. Someone sent me the tweet of Manchester United's big games this season. I believe that they have played 5 games.
Yeah.
And they have 3 points. No wins from those games as well. And that is going to be something, I did say this in yesterday's video, that people will point to when criticising Manchester United's chances of bringing home 21 in 2021. Now, how do they fix this in the January transfer window to you, Toshaka?
Well, I think that we need a new CDM, one that can free up a space in the starting 11, and we can play a CDM rather than Fred and McTominay all the time.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Fred,
Yeah.
McTominay, hold on. Has Fred not been
Yeah, I
very
know
good
they're
this-
great. I know they're great, but the thing is, I think they are both doing the role that a really good CDM can be doing on his own.
Right. Okay.
And that can allow us to actually play like Pogba, Fernandes, and that CDM rather than bringing Pogba on the wing like we did yesterday against Liverpool.
Okay. So, it's a difficult one for me because I've not seen Manchester United this exciting, this packed with talent in the squad. Real guys that I respect, like Cavani dons, like Pogba's, Bruno's. You know, like, there are some real ballers. There are options. You can switch left backs. You got centre backs. You got Donny doesn't even get a game. I mean,
Yeah.
what is it exactly that's missing for you to really start to believe? Because right now, Ole is clearly still taking the heat and the flack from his own players, from his own fans. He's got your club to the top of the Premier League table. You know? Liverpool, who just finished 30 points, 0-0 draws, got a point from them, taking 2 points off Liverpool. Beautiful scenes at Anfield, bear in mind, where they've got such a good record. Could have won the game if his players hadn't been massively fraudulent.
I thought that we should have won that game, to be fair. With the chances we had, I thought we were the team that realistically could have won easier.
So you should have won the game, deserved to win the game. That's not Ole's fault then, is it?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yep? You mean no?
No, I mean, that's down to his game plan, that's for sure.
No, it's not though, bro. If you've got dons like Rashford who are not passing to Cavani, who's free for a one-on-one with 2-3 minutes left in the game when it could be all wrapped up, all you got to do is just slip him inside, huh? Slide him in. Huh? That's a win for United.
But the thing is that the players knew exactly what Liverpool were gonna do, and they knew how to defend against it. So that's where I credit Ole in that game.
Okay.
The defense was really high class yesterday.
Okay. Right. Give me a wish list. I need a wish list from you for the January transfer window. 2 wishes.
Well, I don't think we're gonna buy anyone. But
Nobody, not one.
nobody. Yeah, that's if we're being realistic. But if we could get someone, I don't actually know who to get. That's the worst part because I don't watch that much football now. I just watch the Premier League.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Right, okay, so you're not a scout, basically. It's not your job, and you shouldn't have to be.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Manchester United have got that one covered for you. However, it has been lovely to talk to you. I just want you to hit us with one more hard-hitting home truth. Give us a prediction or a controversial opinion about Premier League football.
Liverpool will finish fourth, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Say that again?
Liverpool will finish fourth.
Oh. Liverpool will finish fourth. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the one.
Fantastic.
I just don't believe they have what it takes to take the title this year.
Okay. Liverpool to finish fourth. You've heard it here first from Toshaka. Much love to your mother for getting involved. You're an absolute legend, Toshaka. Massive fraud in the building. Now, next up on that list, we are going to move the conversation to... Where's that guy gone who was trying to get in the chat? Has he actually gone? Yeah, he's ducked out. It wasn't for him. You know, the spotlight isn't for everybody. Some people freeze, some people wet themselves and realise that they are the flight side, the flight sort, not the fight sort. Yes, there are two types of dons in life. Let's move over. We have got so many frauds in the building. We are, however, moving to the last 5 minutes of the show, unless 500 fraudulent thumbs appear out of nowhere. This has been an epic one. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Late Night Fraudulence will be commencing on a regular basis. So if you do enjoy this show and you want to get involved, just subscribe to the channel, drop the video a like as well, and show your support for your boy, because it's 1 in the morning and we're a little bit tired. We get up at like 5, so I don't know how the sleeping pattern's going to be tomorrow. Make sure you also follow FTP Pod on Instagram, okay? And the reason I say that is because it's a new project that I'm doing. That's the first reason. If you want some more hughwizzy non-football talk, that could be for you. We're also doing a little giveaway, right? £50 Amazon gift card, yeah, which will be announced in the next video. We're going to give it away to one of the Instagram followers. Get over there and do that now. If you want to follow from me on Twitter, you know what to do. I'm going to head over there right now. Much love to everyone who has shown support. You're absolutely appreciated. Theo Daffy, you're a huge legend. Dylan, much love to your mother. Not Yannick. And Josh Lad, who gave us some fantastic high quality conversation just a moment ago. Let's go to the super chats as well. We've got plenty of frauds in here, including Taylor Scott, who says Arsenal in 10th are closer to first than Celtic are in Scotland, who are second. Yes, and they threw the league away with a fraudulent draw, didn't they? Keep believing, Hugh, he says. Welcome to the party. I'm going to presume that he is a Manchester United fan. I don't know who that player is. It could be... I don't know who that player is. Mason Mitchell. You're a massive legend. Much love for getting involved. I appreciate you. King Apugo, mate, I tried to get you in the Discord and you let yourself down. You let yourself and your whole family down, actually. They're very disappointed in you and you will be grounded from Late Night Fraudulence for the foreseeable future. Let's hope that you can learn the ways of the Warriors and enter the Discord with no fear so that you may face your fraud father, yeah? And look me in the eye. Until then, just try next time, basically, and we'll get you on, all right, mate? Chris P says, Mr. Late Night Fraudulence, phone in yet again. Can I get a Petit was free for DJ in Wizzy McTizzy mode? What? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, but DJ, humble chicken for you, bro. Yeah, because you came with some incorrect facts. Chris P came with those real statements, those hard-hitting home truths. You hate to see it, you really do. Mike Evans says, get your chats in, you frauds, and support this Don. Mate, you're an absolute hero. Much love to your mother for getting involved. We do read out all super chats, of course, regardless of what they say. Don't try and test me. I'm not an idiot. There's more than a few brain cells up here, unlike other fraudulent YouTubers that you watch. I don't know how you watch these Dons. DBX says, you've been helping with the dishes, you fraud. No, I don't do the dishes, bro. I don't do the dishes, okay? I don't do the dishes. No, I do the dishes occasionally, but I try not to make a habit of it. I'm doing work. I'm working, lad. I'm working. I help out in other ways. Yeah? As a man, right, it is your responsibility to share the workload with your partner, right? Make no mistake, there is nothing to be embarrassed about in getting some soapy suds around those delicate little fingers. But you see me, you know, these are man hands. Yeah? They're not made for fairy liquid. Yeah? They're made for mud, right? Hard work, yeah, and grinding. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, we work hard. What time is it right now? What? Do you know what I mean? Who else does that at 1 a.m? Come on, bro. I go in. Yeah, don't ever disrespect me like that. Dishes. Who's buying the dishes? Who bought the dishes? Yeah. Who bought the cupboard? Yeah, who bought the walls that the cupboard goes in? All right. Okay. No. Look, we're a team. We are actually a team. That's why it works so well. Adam Schuff says, I need to get on this call. The queue is always full. The queue is always full because this is the nation's favourite football phone-in. You're now listening to Late Night Fraudulencia. Let's hit you with another call. We're going to move this conversation on to Klopp's only son. Okay, we're going to hit these ones pretty swiftly in the next couple of minutes. So if you don't hit me with those hard-hitting home truths from the get-go, you're going to get dropped out. Klopp's only son. You're live and exclusive on Late Night Fraudulence. I hope you don't let your mother down. She's a very special woman. I'd hate to see her disappointed, bro. I really would. Oh dear, she's a disappointed woman. She looks you in the eye and she says, do you know what? Oh, I can't believe I actually... 9 months. Fucking hell. What a waste. What a waste. Oh, Klopp's only son has made an appearance. He saved himself. I can see you there, bro.
All right.
Yes,
Can you
indeed.
hear me?
Klopp's only son. You're now live on Late Night Fraudulence. What's your name and where you calling from, bro?
I'm calling from Nottingham, man.
He's calling from
Okay.
Nottingham. Talk to me. What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, I thought you were about to end the show. I'm glad to get on. Basically, wanted to... Who's that Man United fan who said we're going to finish fourth?
Yes,
I
there
have a
was...
bone to pick with him.
Oh, yes. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to go for the jugular, yeah? Tell him exactly what's in your mind.
No, like, there's no way there's no way, first of all, United going to win the league with how they're playing. Like, they didn't even try yesterday. They could have won the match, but just poor mentality, you know. It's just shocking.
Does that
the
not
way they
worry
play.
you, though, the fact that Manchester United didn't really need to win the match? They can actually just match Liverpool's results from here on out, and they will finish ahead of them.
Nah, it shows that you know, they're sort of mentally stuck in where they have been in the last 7 years. Whereas obviously we had two central midfielders playing at centre back. We were quite vulnerable. We've not scored in so many games, and Jesus Christ, they only tried after like 65 minutes. I was shocked at their mentality, and if they finish first, like, I'm willing to bet like my life on they wouldn't finish first.
Wow,
City's way
your
ahead of them.
life. You're willing to bet your life.
Yeah, look,
Hold
I am.
hold on. DJ, for the record, I need you to put this guy on fraud watch. Klopp's only son has just asked, right, to put his life on the line. Lads, this
My
has
life-
turned in.
hey,
This
my
is,
life is- my life is-
hold on. This has turned into the most electrifying game show the night has ever seen. Late Night Fraudulence just
Okay.
took on a whole new meaning. We're talking
I'm willing
lives
to
at
bet one
stake.
Bitcoin. I'm willing to bet one Bitcoin on Man United not winning.
Where does that one Bitcoin go? Could we donate it to charity?
To be fair, it's like worth 35,000.
I know how much a Bitcoin's worth, but what are we doing here? What are we doing? We're just throwing
But,
Bitcoin
like,
around.
that guy just pissed me off so much. Like, look, City and Liverpool will probably finish ahead of them. I know, like City 100% will. We just lost a bit of spark, bit of fraudulence from Trent, Salah, Firmino not playing well. The only player that's really been consistent for us is our keeper, Alisson, Robertson, Wijnaldum, and Mane.
The truth is, bro, Liverpool have been poor. I'm looking at the results. The last 4 games, you've got 3 points from 4 games. West Bromwich Albion, that's a draw. Newcastle, probably the worst team in the league. You've played the worst 2 teams in the league there, and you've got 2 points. A loss against Southampton and then a draw against United. This is a team that are struggling to keep things together right now. Why are you so confident?
You're killing me with these.
I'm just bringing you the hard hitting truth, baby.
You're
That's
never
what I
wrong. You're never wrong, and I have been concerned with our away form. The only way, we can win is if we have a 100% win rate at home,
right? Which
have been taken away from us in the last 2 home matches. So even that has not been going for us. But in Klopp, I trust. This guy. We basically need to sign a centre back. I don't care if we go to France. The Ligue 1 is struggling. I think we can get like 2 centre backs from there for like 30 million. The only PSG has money there.
Like basement bargain, bucket basement bargain, but things.
Yeah, there's no sympathy here in football. A lot of teams are going to be raiding Ligue 1. I don't know if we need to borrow 150 million like Arsenal did. Do whatever it takes. We have lost 2 centre backs, and we lost a centre back in the summer. So Klopp and our ownership has to take some responsibility here. And the worst of all is losing Jota in a useless Champions League match where we had already qualified, and he played Jota anyway. Like Hugh, I cannot defend. I don't know why he played that man when we were already struggling with injuries all over the pitch. I don't know why he wasn't rested.
Well, there is that. There is that. But in all honesty, I've got to say Manchester United had good opportunities to score on another day.
Firmino had, I don't know why he didn't. He had 2 decent chances. If he had just, even he, normally always lays it off. He's quite a very unselfish player. But yesterday, he's quite selfish. I think. I don't know, he's struggling for confidence or something's wrong. Something's wrong. That spark that I think we need teams to attack us. Maybe this is good. What you said earlier that, we are showing some vulnerabilities. Maybe teams will attack us. Man United did not attack us with some, purpose.
And that is something that Liverpool fans have got to get to grips with. Yes, they sat back. They know that front 3 are an incredibly dangerous proposition. Look at the amount of goals that they've been scoring over the last few years. It would be foolish to try and play that game. They play in swift transitional breaks, and they tried to take advantage when they could, and they thought the space was opening up because people were getting tired around them. You can't blame them for that, because tactically what they've done is they've rattled you. It sounds like they're in your heads living rent-free right now, and they're top of the league. And how many points clear are they?
Just 3.
Just 3, but Manchester United are actually 3 points clear of Liverpool. The champions are in trouble, and that's the facts, right? The away form I'm looking at right now, Liverpool's last 9 games. You've got 11 points from 9 games. Please explain yourselves. I'm going to need that to be explained. I need an explanation for that one.
Basically, I blame that little kid that wrote that letter to Klopp. I have no explanation. Since then,
blame the kids.
Basically, Jota was quite vital, in those away games when it looked like we were about to lose. He would get us those goals. And we will grind teams out last season, 19-20 season. We were just winning games by just odd goal, 2-1, 2-1. We had the most 2-1s last season, whereas this season we've got the second most draws behind Brighton.
Wow.
We played some awful teams. You're right, like West Brom, Newcastle, like, and they've every single team apart from Man City just sit behind the ball, just horrible to play against, and we're just not breaking them down because Trent and Robertson were our main, creative forces, and teams have figured us out, and we have to rely on our midfield, and all our midfield is in playing in centre back. So all the pressure has gone to our front three players to create between themselves and score the goals. So it's just too much to ask. It can all be sorted out. Like, we just need a decent win against Burnley. And for the love of God, just sign any centre back. I would take Arsenal's, Timori or one of your players, that French guy who's not getting in the team.
He's gone on loan, but yeah, I hear it.
Oh, geez. Yeah. What was his name?
William Saliba. He's playing for Nice now. Yeah. Listen, mate, it sounds like you're slightly panicked, and I can understand why. It's very sad when your club has been at the top and there is a moment of madness, a little blip where you're just not sure about how they're going to actually repeat that success. And right now, the competition is swarming around Jurgen Klopp for that title. Let's just have a quick little look over here. I don't know if you can see this image, but this is a picture from the game. I'm just going to switch over here. It was a fantastic opportunity for Manchester United, which I believe forced a great save out of Alisson. However, I see Trent strewn all over the floor here. Do you think that he is lacking something these days? Is he quite the same player that we have come to know?
No, he still is. I don't know if you've had COVID. I am 99% sure I did, and the effect it has on you, like, I didn't feel all right for like 5 months until I got my full energy back, and I could feel like myself again. I'm pretty sure I've never seen a dip in form like Trent. Like, he's always 1 or 2 poor games, but he's been consistently poor for about 6 games now, 6-7 matches. So I can't think of anything other than COVID. I think he's just not energetic like he used to be. Second guessing. Every player is just second guessing out. Every touch is a little bit off. Something is wrong. Like, I know our mentality is still there. We're not getting beaten. Just the draws. 8 draws. If you can just, like, I would rather lose like 3 or 4 of them, like what Leicester have done. Just win the rest. It's just the draws.
That's been the issue, getting you over the line. Right now, it continues to be the problem. I want you to come on, Klopp's only son. Throughout the season, we're going to have more chinwags, right? Liverpool Football Club.
This is urgent. Like,
it is, because you've actually put your life on the line now, right?
No, it's just that we're in a position where we have the squad to dominate the league / Europe. If we just didn't lose, the only team that could challenge us in Europe was Bayern Munich, and last time we played them in the Champions League, we won quite comfortably, 3-1 over 2 legs. All we need is just 1 or 2 signings. I don't know why we're not spending the money in January. Surely there should be some money left. 15 million. I will take one of your players, Socrates. I just want Henderson back in the midfield, and also for Fabinho.
Listen to this, right? Love this.
Klopp's
only son. You're an absolute legend for joining us, bro. Right? I've loved talking to you. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
It's a pleasure.
Come and join us again, like I say. That is Liverpool fans who are panicked. Can you hear the panic in his voice? He doesn't know what's going on. I need Henderson in midfield. We need to sign a centre-back. I don't know why teams won't let us score. They won't let us score! Ah! No, they won't let you score. Sorry, mate, that's over, yeah? We don't believe in it anymore. Right now, you could have been picked apart by this little peanut-headed fraud. Look at the peanut shape on this fucking fraud's head, yeah? Massive little peanut. It must be a peanut-sized brain inside that skull, right? Because here you have one of the most elite centre-forwards who, in world football, with movements that you could only learn from, yeah? Children. If you're looking to learn how to move as a striker on a football pitch, just watch this Don. Watch how he has timed the run to perfection. All you need to do now is release the fucking Kraken, yeah? Frustrated I was by that, because I do like a bit of Cavani sauce. He's timed it perfectly. He's tucked himself in behind the man. Fabinho's going to lose him. He's not going to be able to catch him. Play the ball, and then we can have Klopp's only son on a platter. Yeah? Life on the line. Do you remember what he said? I want someone to clip that up, please. Send it to me. He said, right? He said, I guarantee that that Manchester United will finish fourth. Was it he said? Fourth. Okay, fourth. Or that Liverpool will still win the league. Right? Life on the line. I can't remember his exact quote, actually. It's late. Anyhow, we move. Let's go to a couple of these super chats. We've got a couple of frauds in the building who need their voice heard. Original Wizzy McTizzy mode is, whoa, what's going on, people? Oh, Petit was free. Is that what you're talking about? Seriously, though, he says, hand on heart, what would be acceptable for you to want to continue with Arteta next year? A continuation of the form that we've been seeing of late. Let's not pretend that it's been all rosy. It's been turbulent times this season. However, there is hope. I think the next few games will sway opinion again. But, you know, this is a kind of freebie. I'm writing off European football. I'm not that concerned. If we can do it, we can do it. It'll be lovely. We're back in the game and all that. But I'm not going to do that. Because with a couple of defeats, you know, we're back in fucking relegation zone again. So I'm not going to get too excited. Anyway, if you do come on, right, don't get flashy talking about your Bitcoin like no one's ever heard of Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's on the way down, bro. It's also a massive waste environmentally as well. Please do your research. Imagine basing our whole economy on a system that requires you to waste as much energy as possible. If you don't know, to get more Bitcoin, you need to mine. And to mine, you need to have massive computers that people have ended up buying fucking warehouses for and just filling them with this mining soft kit hardware. No, right? You're wasting the planet away. Anyway, that's for another day. And a lot of people will be into that. If you are going to buy it, don't buy it till it drops to like 24. Yeah, cool. Mike Evans, you are an absolute legend. Much love to your mother. I missed a couple of these super chats earlier, and I am going to mention Josh Jordan, who is an absolute fraud. I believe he is a Tottenham fan, and he says, Hugh, big up yourself for noticing the talent of Ndombele when we signed him from Lyon, turned his career around, and it is integral to our success. He is a true baller. It's funny to see that people are jumping on board the train right now. And he is another player, unfortunately, that I've seen Tottenham sign that I really wanted. Sergio was another one. He is finally coming good. His mentality looks like it's been fixed. He's working for Mourinho. Even though he does have a mistake in him, I think he's streets ahead of, I've forgotten his name. What's his name? The Don they got from Wolves. Massively fraudulent. He can't work in a four. So Aurier is the top dog. But we haven't talked about Tottenham, so let's briefly do it. They find themselves in fourth in the Premier League table. And we have seen a 3-1 win against Sheffield United, who are they're getting relegated, basically. So we don't need to stress too much about that. They've let themselves down. They've let me down, but they've let themselves down, and they are not the same side they were last season. There's no energy. There's no, the quick combinations that we were seeing out wide. There's no consistent delivery into the box. It's lazy in midfield, getting dispossessed by frauds, and they have allowed themselves to concede one of the goals of the season. It's actually one of the best goals you will ever see from that angle. I don't know how he's done it. In my head, I thought, no, he's just trying to cross that, isn't he? But I don't think he is. I think he actually means that. And of all the players at Spurs who would be capable or could be capable of this, he is up there. Vision, a great balance and agility to turn his drop a shoulder and lose a man. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the kid. It's a shame that he plays for the scum of the earth. Anyhow, Jose Mourinho has, as I say, got them into fourth place in the Premier League table after wins against Leeds United, a draw against Fulham, and a win against Sheffield United. Their fixtures are going to be interesting. Let's just have a little look-see. Goosey gander. I know there was a Manchester City game in there. I'm not sure which one's first. It's Liverpool first, blimey. It is Brighton next. That's a must-win. Huge game against Chelsea. I love a Tottenham-Chelsea game. That's a spicy, spicy derby. West Brom should be 3 points, although they've started to play football as well. Maybe that's a little cheeky shock on the cards there. Manchester City against Tottenham, big game. There's no non-big games, but I actually expect Tottenham to come out of that quite well. And as a result, for people to start talking about them again as title challengers. Is there any truth to that? Well, you just never know. Time will tell, I guess. Much like Liverpool, Manchester United, there are still plenty of questions to be asked. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are new to the stream, please do subscribe to the channel. We are going to move into one more call tonight, the last call of the night. It would be a shame not to do one more, so we are going to invite onto the stream Mr. Illmind of Callum. Mr. Illmind of Callum, you are now live and exclusive on Late Night Fraudulencia. Much love to your mother for getting involved, my son. How are you doing on this beautiful Tuesday early morning? Where is this massive fraud? Is this massive fraud actually going to let us down? This would be the first time that Callum's ever let us down. Wow. Incredible. The ill mind of Callum. He should probably just clean his room up after that sensational performance from Emil Smith-Rowe tonight. 2 goals for Aubameyang. I'm sure he's over the moon about that. It does look like Mr. Illmind of Callum is... I don't know where he is. He's gone... Has he gone to get a drink? Or is he... Well, let's have a vote. Let's have a vote, lads. Let's have a vote. Should we stay for Illmind of Callum? Stay or go? Should I stay or should I go? Adam Shuff says, I've just sent you that clip on Twitter. So whilst Illmind of Callum is trying to sort his stuff out, we will have a look. Adam has sent me this. What's this?
Their mentality. And if they finish first, like, I'm willing to bet like my life on they wouldn't finish first.
Wow. Okay, right, there we go. His life. Manchester United. You love to see this. Incredible clip work. The incredible speed of the clips being made. Great work from Adam. Follow limits. What's that? What are you talking about? Oh, you're doing a follow for follow thing. Build the base.
Their mentality. And if they finish first, like, I'm willing to bet like my life on they would.
Okay, everyone go and follow GW11 United. Show him a bit of support, right? He's clipped this up. We have now got our man, Klopp's only son, on record, sacrificing his life. Oh, you better hope Manchester United don't win that title, mate, or we're coming with the big fraud guillotine. The big fraud guillotine coming up in that ass, sliding in. Jeez, best lube up. Incredible. On that note, let's just have a look at this incredible tweet from Sky Sports, who say Arsenal's socially distant celebrations may still need some work. You did see the celebration, of course. They took the mick, but this is a bit of a ridiculous situation, isn't it, that we're in, when we can see common sense prevails, doesn't it? Common sense shows us that we can see here there's a huddle anyway. So what difference does celebrating or not in a hug do if the players are hugging on every corner and free kick? Food for thought. Anyhow, as I say, much love to your mothers for joining in. Has been an absolute pleasure talking to you frauds this evening. Unfortunately, the ill mind of Callum has dropped out. I'm not sure what's happened. Perhaps that fraudulent Scottish internet. We will be back with more late night fraudulence throughout the season. If you do like these videos and you want more of them, all you got to do is show your support. The more support there is on these, the more I will do them, basically. So smash the hell out of the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. There is football tomorrow. Let's briefly go over the fixtures. I believe it is Chelsea. It is. Oh, it's tasty. Tasty. Yeah. West Ham against West Bromwich Albion. Beautiful scenes. West Ham United are in fine form, aren't they? I don't think they've lost in like 5 games. Hold on a second. Am I making that up? They've not lost in 4 games. Close. Not bad. 2-2 draw against Brighton. 0-0 draw against Southampton. 1-0 win against Everton and a 1-0 win against Burnley. If they get themselves a result against West Bromwich Albion, they're in a very, very strong position, because right now they are genuinely 5 points off top 4. And I mean, it's ridiculous to talk about top 4 with West Ham, but that's fantastic going. West Brom, though, have started to pick up points, their first win under Big Sam. And Leicester City, of course, with that 2-0 win over Southampton, keeping Brendan Rodgers in the conversation, coming up against a Chelsea side who have got one of the most fraudulent little German Smurfs up top that I've ever seen in my life. The guy has forgotten how to play football. I don't know why, I don't know how. He had the most incredible one-on-one opportunity to score late on against Fulham, and he fluffed his lines as someone who's never played football would. I mean, someone please explain to me what has happened to this guy, because that is his bread and butter, or at least it was at Leipzig. Anyhow, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Much love to your mothers for joining us. Make sure you follow the For the People podcast on Instagram if you want to stand a chance of winning yourselves a £50 Amazon gift card. We'll be announcing that on Sunday's show, the winner to that on Sunday's show. But for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. My name's been hughwizzy, and this has been the greatest late night show on the internet. The phone in for the real football fan. Late night fraudulencia. See you in the next one, people. Peace. Jeez, we're pressing the wrong buttons.
I would say that, be excited.
I'm so happy, believe me. I'm so happy. Happy New Year.
I'm not one of the bottle. I think I'm a special one.